We're from the Clark County School District. It's the 5th largest district in the nation. And what we're working on is developing district level courses and using SoftChalk to help us deploy that via the cloud. So it's been really a great adventure.
And I'm Michelle Truman. I'm the Curriculum Development Coordinator for Clark County School District. And basically, I run a team of teachers that are developing curriculum that we are going to deploy throughout the district. And SoftChalk is a big part of that.
We've had SoftChalk in our district for probably 3 to 4 years, and we were using desktop versions. And so what made it difficult is to be able to create master courses and duplicate that for multiple. So we were very, very excited when you guys brought out cloud. So cloud has really helped us a lot. An example would be is we have probably 20 to 30 sections of health going on right now, and I have it up in the cloud, and if I need to make a change, boom, all 20 to 30 sections can have it. So it's been really super nice in that respect.
Yeah, I'm smiling because this morning when I got up, there was an email for health saying that one of the sites we'd linked out to has changed their website. So when I get back tomorrow, I'll be able to go onto SoftChalk, I'll be able to make all the changes, and every high school that's deploying that course will have all the changes made for them instead of having to go into each individual course. So that's one thing that we really value about SoftChalk, is being able to make one change to one master and have it populate everybody.
I think the best thing of SoftChalk at the K-12 market is the interactives, the knowledge objects. You don't see that in most authoring tools. I mean, I can author text, I can author video, I can put out iframes, but it's really those knowledge objects and the variety of knowledge objects that SoftChalk provides. It allows the student to interact and engage with the content as they're going through it, and that's very, very important with your younger learners.
Well, even capitalizing on that, the adult course I teach, I'll get emails from the teachers and say, oh, I love this unit because, the fun activities in there, because they don't feel like it's so much of, go out, read this, answer some questions. They're able to do things, even the sorting activity where you can have it reset and let them try it as many times as they want. Something very simplistic as that makes it fun for the learner.
One of the other things I think that's been really great with SoftChalk is the integrations that it has with our learning management system. So it's a nice feed to the learning management system, goes straight into the grade book, and it helps the teachers as well as the students that way.
Well, and the other thing is with the grade book and being able to feed that, all those little activities, we can assign different point values. So if we've gone through complete courses and said, how do the points funnel in? This is an activity we want them to do, so it may only be 1 point because it's practice, but then all of the quizzes, in each section of our lesson plan, we have those embedded quizzes to make sure that they've actually read the material and attained that mastery of that material before they move on. So that's been another really unique facet of SoftChalk for us.
So a vast majority of our deployment is for professional development and for our online schools. So we have an online virtual school that has been using it mostly, and now with the district level deployment, it will be in an online course per se. So the access to the content is not going to be limited to just online classrooms, but if you're in a blended environment or if you want to do a hybrid environment, the nice thing about SoftChalk, it is a condensed, you can make it a learning object. So you create learning object repositories. If a kid was absent 2 weeks, I can just pull those repositories down and I can give them that piece. So that's been the real nice component of it.
Well, and the other thing about SoftChalk coming off with that is being able to go through and brand that. So we've taken a traditional Clark County School District format, but then we've massaged that for each one of our subjects. So we have them color coded. So students will have a feel that yes, they're in the same kind of course and the same navigation, but we've used the coloring differences and the color palettes that SoftChalk has, and so they feel like they're in a health class or they're in a science class or a math class. So that's been another fun addition to that. We have a brand new teacher that just started in our health class, teaching our health for middle school kids. And he came in the other day and he was just raving about how easy it was for him to go through, how the content was simple for him to pick up as an instructor and then go through and help his students. Anytime you start anything brand new, there's going to be that learning curve, but as soon as they are able to figure out how SoftChalk is, and it's a pretty intuitive product, then they really enjoy it.
The thing I think you have the hardest time with online or content that's online, especially when teachers aren't developing it. We have our district level development. Is it your content or my classroom? And so we have that dichotomy because we're developing the SoftChalk content files, but because the learning management allows them to add pages and make them feel like it's their classroom, we can blend that so that they have that feeling of, it is my classroom. It might be your content just like the textbook was your content, and it's good quality content. I really like that, but I would like to add this, and they have that ability to do so. Or if they don't like a page, they can't take the page out because of the cloud issue, because we know that it needs to be there. But if they want an alternative assignment instead of the assignment that's in there, it's not that difficult to make the changes via the LMS.
I think what students enjoy is what Kim has talked about earlier, is they enjoy that interactive, and things are all there right in front of them. Being able to navigate using either numbers or names across the top. We have chosen to utilize some things and not other things. The only time we ever use really the sidebar, because we want them to have that full page without scrolling, is when we've added documents. So when they pick up the journal, when they do things like that. So being able to turn those things on and off makes it easier for students.
I think we were really smart in that because we use it for professional development, our professional development courses use SoftChalk. So as our adult learners are going through a SoftChalk file and learning, different things about online or blended learning or different tools, then when they get their classrooms from the district level perspective, which are already developed in the same tool, they're like, oh, I understand it now. So they become a student of the product before they have to deploy the product, which makes it so much easier all around.
Yeah, comfortability,
There are so many different authoring tools, that we talk about because, a website's a website is a website, right? But I think what the difference that SoftChalk has really made for us is allowing us to have that interactivity, allowing to have the cloud experience so that we can do changes on the fly. I think the other thing that's been really nice working with the company is that when we came to you and said we see a need for some changes, Paul's been really good and he's tried to accommodate that. Matter of fact, we were just outside talking to Paul and he's like, we need to really look at an enterprise because of the way we're deploying it. Because we've had some challenges.
I haven't had to use tech support with SoftChalk in the year that I've been here. I think it's only been 3 times. And part of that is because we've had people leave and then we needed to access their accounts. I have to say, they get back to me very, very quickly. As large as a company, I expected a 24, 48-hour turnaround, and it was within that day. So it's been very, very nice being able to have that. And then again, I said to Paul, all these accounts have been created before I got here, can you give me access? And he was able to go through and pull reports and send to me. So that support has been very, very valued.
Yeah, and we did have an issue when we created master courses and we're linking them out to the LTI, and it was interesting. We didn't know what the problem was. We put in a ticket with SoftChalk, and they were able to troubleshoot it and come back with us. It was a mistake that we had made on our end, but it had to do with the way we duplicated the master course, not with SoftChalk. But it was really good to have the support of your help desk saying, let us help you troubleshoot this. And they did, and they came back and they said, well, we see what went wrong here. It was when you did this. So it wasn't within the software, but they were able to troubleshoot and help us. So I really appreciate that. Truly at the K-12 level, I think that they're par none. Nobody touches the product. I mean, because of the interactives, because of the way that you can deploy it, especially if you're going to parcel it out, meaning you're going to have multiple people using the same files. That is a general plus, but I mean, even if you were just going to do it in a small district and only one teacher was going to deploy it, the interactives in itself is well worth it. It's something that you would have to go to multiple, finding, the LTI link that would work to be able to get those interactives. Here you have it all nicely bundled in a sweet package.